Paul, bit of a goal fest tonight against Knaresborough Town. What's your initial reaction?
Good exercise, really good exercise. I think learnt a lot today. Saturday was obviously a little bit more comfortable in terms of scoreline, but I thought, yeah, learnt a lot from tonight's game. A few people got a few more minutes in the tank, and yeah, it was a really good exercise. I thought Knaresborough gave us a really good test, and a good side, well organised, and yeah, it was a good exercise.
I guess one of the main positives for you is that first half wasn't great, but you went in 2-1 up.
Yeah, we said that at half time. Football's not perfect, is it? And life's not perfect. You know, you've got ups and downs during the season, ups and downs during the game. But I thought we struggled for the first 15 minutes just to adapt to the system and adapt to the way they were playing. And then I thought we got a grip on the game a little bit. And like I said, we came in 2-1 up, and that's sometimes how it goes. You know, you've got to grind results out and grind performances out, and got to be adaptable. We've talked about that a lot already this pre-season. So. Lots and lots of positives, but again, like I said to you on Saturday, very early days, and you know, pre-season is all about that learning and getting people to gel together and that understanding, and we'll get there.
Iffy, Bailey and Taddy all got themselves on the score sheet again tonight in 3 again. Outstanding goals.
Yeah, very good. I think, like I said, we've got players across the team who are a threat, aren't we? And you know, players that come on in the second half there that might not have been signed yet officially, that are a real threat. You know, we've got some exciting players to look at, and it's just fitting those people into the jigsaw moving forward and where everyone's going to play and where everyone's going to fit in. But I think all 3 goals were well taken again, and we could have had a few more. To be fair, I think it could have been about 7-all in the game. There was loads of chances for both teams, but I think both teams will have found it very beneficial tonight.
Are you disappointed to concede 3 goals, or do you not read too much into pre-season at the minute?
Always disappointed to concede, and Aaron's come off there and got 75 minutes under his belt, and his reaction's pleasing. You know, he's upset to have conceded 3, and that shows his standards and his mentality as well. And you know, always disappointed to concede goals, but it's one of them in pre-season. You know, you win a couple of games and people think they're going to win Champions League, and you lose a couple of games and people think you're going to finish bottom of the league. So yeah. I don't think you can read too much into it. I think it's important you get the winning mentality across. It's important you get standards across, but you know, we all know that from the time we've been in football, you can have a perfect pre-season and then start terribly, and you can have a terrible pre-season and end up having a great season. So it's important that you take a step back from the results, I think, but not lose sight of that you want to develop that winning mentality.
Just moving on slightly, we've seen you've been very active on your personal social media regarding the Let Fans In campaign. Yeah. It seems that there's been some movement just pre-match that fans will be allowed back in, or some fans, so you must be delighted with that news as well.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously I'm no expert, and you know, there's people that have got far more knowledge on it than me, but for me, with what's going on in society at the moment, I just don't see why we can't have people watching the game and you know, observing social distancing and being sensible about it. I think we could easily get 300-400, maybe more in here, and still observe social distancing. It's outside. I think, you know, the risk is lower, and you look at other things that have opened in society. Football needs people in, particularly non-league clubs. You know, we're absolutely reliant on people coming through the gate, and we want to see the supporters here for the revenue, but we also want to see them here for the atmosphere. You know, the match day isn't the same as it without people through the gate, so fingers crossed we're getting a little bit closer with that.
From a financial point of view, I know it's a bit of a difficult one for you to answer, but how difficult is it at the minute, and is it a serious matter if fans aren't allowed in anytime soon that things might not progress?
Yeah, I think you've seen it already. You know, Droylsden obviously went out of the league a couple of weeks ago, and other teams, I would imagine, will be very much on the line at the moment. And you're talking about clubs that have been around for decades and central parts of the community. And I think, you know, if you look at it, take a step back, I think non-league clubs and football in general are probably one of the only businesses that aren't allowed to get their bread and butter revenue back in. Most businesses now have got some sort of revenue coming back in, and we need to look at it for football clubs because, you know, they're an important part of society.
The draws are made today for the FA Trophy, the FA Cup. Starting with the trophy, home tie against Marine. A tough draw, but you must be pleased with it being at home.
Yeah, definitely. It's just nice to see us featured in the game, because we've had no league fixtures out yet, and just to see Tadcaster v somebody is pleasing, isn't it? You know, so the FA Cup and the FA Trophy. So we'll do his own work on both teams. That's where Nathan comes in, who's here as opposition scout. So we'll get as much information as we can, and we know both those competitions are important for obvious reasons in terms of revenue.
Yeah, just touch on the FA Cup as well. It's a trip to the North East to face either Knaresborough or Newton Aycliffe. Yeah, it's notoriously difficult to go up there, isn't it? Yeah, the Northern League's strong. Been up there loads of times in the FA Cup and for league games with previous clubs, and you're always going to be in for a tough game when you go up there. But we've got to prepare as well as we possibly can, and it's given us a bit of something to work towards now. We know that game's happening on that day, and it's something, you know, in a way it's a bit of a relief that we've got that certainty that almost certainty that we're going to be playing on that day, and it's something to work towards. So we've got to ramp things up now.
like I say, a lot of the players got a few more minutes under the belts tonight, but we've got to really start ramping things up over the next few weeks.
Thanks for your time, Paul.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.